PK in the universe, and I am back again. And today I'm here to talk about Evercade cartridges, the truth about Evercade cartridges. What's this about, you might be asking? Well, a while back I had a video called 5 Things People Get Wrong About Evercade. That video has been very successful for this channel. It's a video that gets seen a lot of times and recommended in searches. And, it's like the second, best video I think I've ever made as far as views go and retention. But enough about that. The thing about when you make a video like this is you're going to get some controversy. There's going to be some people who will see this video, and sometimes they will see something specific in that video and they'll be laser focused on that, and they will misinterpret it or misread what a person says. And that's what happened with this video. Now, most people, the majority of the 5,000 people who've watched this video did not make this comment, but there has been a handful of people who have made this comment in regards to my speaking about Evercade cartridges. I'll be the first to admit that sometimes I misspeak or I talk too fast and people don't quite understand what I'm saying. But some of the comments I've gotten in reply to it, you can tell they just focused on 3 seconds of something I said, and then they're just laser focused on that. They're just very laser focused on that, and you can tell they didn't watch beyond that, quite possibly, or they only listened or heard half of it and just decided, I'm going to make a comment. I'm going to make a comment on that specific thing. And, hey, that's just how life is. You could do 999.9% of something right, but the person who is judging you will comment on that one specific thing that they think is wrong. And I don't think I was wrong at all, but I think it might have been hard for people to understand. And no doubt about it, I went back and, against my own better judgment, I decided to watch, that segment where I talked about cartridges. And I can understand how people could have misinterpreted and misrepresented in their mind what it is they thought that I was saying. So let's talk about what are Evercade cartridges. Now, some people are under the impression, I guess, that I think Evercade cartridges are just exactly like a Sega Genesis cartridge or a Super Nintendo or an NES cartridge. And that is not a fact. That is not even remotely what I was saying in my video at all. What I was saying is that it's actually quite different, and I go on in my video to talk about that. This is not a big secret. So basically what an Evercade cartridge is, it's a board. It's a PCB board or whatever, and it has flash memory soldered to it. This is not a big secret, guys. This isn't some crazy revelation. You literally could just go, what is in an Evercade cartridge? Google, page 1, article 1, and it's there. It's not a big, huge secret. This isn't some conspiracy by Evercade. Now, when people say it's just a SD card encased in a cartridge, that's not reality, obviously. That's not totally factual. It's a PCB board with flash memory, which, is basically like a micro SD card in a nutshell. It's flash memory. Nobody has ever been disputing this, and I certainly have never disputed that. I did say something along the lines of, everything is a ROM, it's a read-only memory in some sense or another. And what I was trying to explain is the fact that, an NES cartridge, was designed to be read-only memory. But, of course, people have butchered those and actually made, for example, back in the old days, you used to actually butcher carts to make reproduction cartridges. Now you can get stuff from AliExpress, and that stuff's, easy to flash and whatnot. And a lot of reproduction cartridges or even new indie games use, obviously, boards that are just flashed. I was not saying those two things were the same thing. At no point have I ever been saying an old NES cartridge from 1986 is the same as an Evercade cartridge. And I think that was part of the confusion. I think that maybe people were misunderstanding and misinterpreting. So yeah, I went back and I looked at that video and I'm like, that's not what I was saying at all. And yeah, so everything is, it's basically an Evercade cartridges, it's a ROM and an emulator put onto a cartridge, and these things can be updated, which is something I talked about in my video. So obviously, I don't think it's the exact same thing as an NES game. I never have thought that. That is not, that's been known basically since Evercade cartridges first came out back in 2020. It's not a big secret by any stretch of the imagination. At the end of the day, an Evercade cartridge is more than just a bunch of ROMs because they're officially licensed ROMs. They're officially licensed games. They're games you can legally purchase and play. And guess what? The license holder, whoever that may be, that might be the developer, that might be some person who just bought the license, is directly benefiting from that, which gives them more money and makes it more likely, I guess, that they'll, make more games or publish more games. And I think there is value in that. This is a legal way of playing. This isn't just buying an AliExpress NES cart from China and just getting it, and playing those games. This is different than that, and it's a distinguishable different thing. And yes, you can actually flash your Evercade carts. It is possible to do. People have done this before. I think using the EverSD, I think there's a way you can reflash your Evercade carts and put whatever games you want on it. I'm not sure how that works. And as I said in my previous video, there's a guy for Evercade Project, I want to say, who made an Evercade cart reader. So, there's different ways to play your games with Evercade. Yeah, and these cartridges, they are not the same as old NES cartridges. I was never saying that. I was never saying that an NES cartridge is just a ROM file on a board. That's not what I was saying at all. I was saying it is read-only memory. And a lot of people got that twisted and confused. That's unfortunately part of being on YouTube, is a video gets a lot of attention, and you're going to find people who will be laser focused and mince your words to know, that's just how it is. So the reason I made this video is because I'm going to actually post this as the pinned comment on my 5 things people get wrong about Evercade, because I keep getting this comment. I keep getting this comment quite often. And this will be a great way for people to just, hey, what's this guy saying? And let's say, for example, let's say I actually had said the things that people have accused me of saying, that I think an Evercade card is exactly the same as an NES card. Why would you comment on that like 8 months later? I made that video like 8 months ago. There's nothing worse than a YouTube commenter who is a quote-unquote messenger from the future. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it'd be like me going and looking for somebody's social media post from 8 months ago and being like, haha, this is aged like milk, And it's like just really rude. It's just really rude behavior, and I don't understand why people do that sort of thing. It's just a lack of manners, honestly, is what it comes down to. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the truth about Evercade cartridges. It's not a big surprise. It's not some big secret that these are basically a board with flash memory soldered to it. It's not a huge secret. That's been pretty well known for quite some time. And yeah, so I wanted to make this video talking about that. But yeah, this is a video I've wanted to make for some time now. I've been really busy lately. I've been working on a review for a game called Astronaut. So look forward to seeing that in the future. So in fact, it comes out at the end of this month and at the beginning of next month here in the States, technically. But yeah, so yeah, check for my next video, which is going to be a review of Astronaut. So anyways, that's all the time I got for today. What are your guys' thoughts? Comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay awesome in this universe. Thanks. Bye.